This is where I stay. New Haven 63. And this is the waterfront around me. It's very beautiful here. Kind of like a fairy tale. Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. And here I'm walking, going towards my canal cruise. So here, very picturesque, colorful houses, everything here. Anyway, I'll shoot more video later once I reach the canal cruise. It's gonna be make the most of my day. We shall see. And it looks like it's gonna rain, so I hope it doesn't. I already did that hop on off yesterday, so that's done. It kind of showed me around a bit of Copenhagen. And look at all these people taking selfies. Oh, they're all doing that. It's a very picturesque waterfront, so yeah, don't you agree? Look how beautiful it is. I actually prefer this to Berlin, surprisingly, but who knows, I'm going to Sweden next. We'll see, then I can compare. So I'm walking towards the canal cruise. I just made the right turn and see a bunch of restaurants here. There was a Thai restaurant I just passed by, and all this construction. You see that far away? Once I turn right there, the canal cruise should be there. So okay, turning my video here. I'm almost there, and at the end I'll make a right. And this time I'm not mumbling anymore. I only mumble when there's people around, so they don't think I'm rude narrating. And here I'm gonna let you listen to the sounds of Copenhagen. A lot of bicycles also. Reminds me of Amsterdam. Except the roads here are wider and there are fewer bicycles. So I just crossed the street, and that's a Danish bank and some historical figure here. I'll have to read later. And this is the corner, very picturesque. Yeah. And running around. Yeah. Oh, of course, well, not a lot. Some cars honking. Let me continue walking in this direction. I just saw a few homeless people along the way. Unlike Berlin, there are a bit more homeless people here. Maybe in Berlin, because I didn't really walk that much. Actually I did. I didn't see a lot of homeless people. Here it's like you see at least once a day you see a homeless guy walking around, so I'm almost there. So gotta wait till it says walk. And I'll show you that's where it came from. Let's see. We better get ready to cross the street. And bicycles too. On the other side, a couple of bicycles as well. So they are crossing the road. And seems like most people here, instead of driving, they take their bicycles to work or whatever. Yeah, let's cross the street now. I think the walking sign, unlike in Berlin, the walking sign man is a short guy. It's a cartoon character actually. Okay, here we go. Another homeless guy. A lot of them have mental illness. You know. So, I think this area is like where the parliament is. It's a government area. A lot of government buildings here. And not sure what that is. Maybe, I don't think it's a palace, but a government building. And that spire, that must mean something. Oh, this is the canal. So all I gotta do is follow. Oh, there it is. The canal crosses over there. I just have to cross the street here where that guy is. So anyway, so I'm turning in this direction because I see a long line. That means that's where they buy the tickets. And here, 360 view of the government area. A lot of government buildings here. According to the hop on hop off bus driver Carlos yesterday, he explained, and obviously I wasn't listening. So these people already got their tickets, which I still have to buy from that front office there on the left. So better buy those tickets. The canal cruise starts at 10 a.m. and I'm glad it's not raining. According to the weather report, it's supposed to be raining today. So I guess I'm lucky. It seems like that's the boat that I will be riding because it's not full yet. But then again, I see the rope. It seems like they're about to launch. So I might have to go to that farther boat there. So tickets, gotta buy tickets. There you go. So I'm late for the canal cruise because the boat just left. The next boat is 10:45, and this is how much it cost me. So I'm waiting here. It's 10:05 a.m. Look at all these pigeons. So I'm gonna be waiting for at least 45 minutes. Anyway, there you go. And I asked the lady again, is Tivoli Garden closed? She told me 2 weeks construction, yeah. Because I was just there yesterday. I just didn't hear how long it was gonna be closed. So it's 2 weeks closed. Anyone planning to go to Tivoli Gardens? 2 weeks, forget it, yeah. And that's an electric car, Hyundai Ioniq. Okay, that's not the boat, so we still have 40 minutes to go. Yeah. So here again is Copenhagen, or rather I should say Copenhagen. Harbor. Haven is harbor. And a lot of the place here ends with Haven, H-A-V-N, or V-E-N, or harbor. Because this place is next to the water, so hello. There you go. Stating the obvious here, Captain Obvious. So it's gonna be a long wait. Well, lo and behold, I found the 7-Eleven next to where I was waiting. So I'm gonna show what the 7-Eleven looks like over here in Copenhagen. There you go. Entering 7-Eleven. Some water, candy, prepared meals, coffee machine. Oh, sorry. So the guy told me not to film. I have to be careful when I film. A lot of places here, they don't like filming, you know, like people recording stuff. So if you're not careful, you could get in trouble. Yeah. And that's again, the food is very limited. I actually prefer the 7-Eleven in Japan or Taiwan, whatever. It's the food there is more my I guess my background, yeah, because I'm Asian. So anyway, here we go. While I'm waiting here, a lot of shops, obviously souvenir shops there, all the way to the end. This is obviously a tourist area, and I still have half an hour, or maybe less now. Yeah. And let me show you again where people buy tickets. These are the attractions here. And that's a hop-on, hop-off bus waiting here. Oh, the boat seems to be here, but it hasn't launched yet. So it's 10:45. Maybe it's this guy, this boat here, or it could be the next. You never know. Maybe it doesn't make any difference. That's a weird looking boat there. And yeah. So here the guy confirmed this is the 10:45 boat. So just, if you're watching this, just pause the video. This is an explanation of each one. And that weird looking boat is HYGGE. I'm not gonna even attempt to pronounce that. Oh, I did that yesterday. And other attractions. So I just boarded, and for some reason I picked the back seat. It's open anyway, so I figured if they're gonna announce something and I'm shooting the video, I'm probably gonna miss it, so I might as well sit in the back so I don't miss it. Oh, I see an airplane here. And the guy, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it seems like he had an Italian accent, so seems to be a lot of Italians here. So we work here anyway, so. Oh, weird, that same airplane made a U-turn and is probably doing some photography or doing reconnaissance and watching over people. So it's a small airplane. So according to Google Maps, this is the Christiansborg Palace here. I gotta find out what that other one is. See, people are boarding already. We're about to launch. So. Okay, I just found out from Google Maps that one with the twisty spire is the Borsen, Borsen, and you can look it up. And that's the captain there walking around. So Christiansborg is the seat of the Danish parliament. It's a palace. So yeah, and that's a Borsen at the far end. But let's wait till this cruise starts. So that HYGGE Hygge boat is an electric boat. That's another option. I could have taken that one. I'll just go with the usual canal cruise. Oh, by the way, Tivoli Gardens is in that direction. It's about, I would say, 3 blocks away in this direction. And it's closed for the next 2 weeks. God damn it. And there's a McDonald's close to it as well, so that's a good place to eat. You know, McDonald's is always a safe place to eat with good Wi-Fi. You know, and there's a Volkswagen dealership as well, so that's where they show the new VW van, the electric, which will come to the United States next year with a 300-mile range. So they just started the motor. You can see all this trashing. Those are the propellers at the back of the boat, causing all these waves. We haven't moved yet, but we will soon. But the guy is waving, which means we are about to.
All is good? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board for this 1-hour tour throughout the canals and inner harbor of Copenhagen. My name is Martin, I'm gonna be your guide today. Captain's name is Metin, some of you know him already. And we have the pleasure of taking you around this beautiful city today. First, a couple of safety instructions. You are not allowed to smoke or vape while on the boat. You do not cross this yellow line up here. And most importantly of all, whenever we sail under a bridge, like we will do in just a few seconds, it is very important that you all stay seated and that you sit the entire time we are under a bridge. Og jeg ved, der er nogle af jer ombord, der gerne vil have jer også guider på dansk, så det kan sagtens finde ud af. Som sagt, så er der nogle sikkerhedsregler her ombord. Man ryger ikke, man vaper ikke. Man passerer, kommer bro, vi sætter os ned. We have a bridge coming up, please stay seated, thank you. Side we have the Holmens Church, which is the church of the Navy, but also the royal family, and it was in here on the 10th of June 1967 when Queen Margaret married her now late husband. Her til venstre har vi Holmens Kirke, hvor dronning Margrethe og prins Henrik blev gift tilbage i 1967. Det er også en kirke, der historisk set er tæt forbundet med floden. On our right hand side we have the old stock exchange built by King Christian IV, a name you're gonna hear a few times throughout the tour. The spire consists of 4 intertwining dragons, and on top of it you see 3 crowns representing Denmark, Sweden and Norway. Her på vores højre side, der ser vi den gamle børs rejst under kong Christian IV. Tårnet består af 4 drager, og på toppen der har vi 3 kroner. Danmark, Sverige og Norge repræsenteret. We have a bridge coming up. Please take your seats. Thank you. Vi sætter os ned. Der kommer på. Jeg skal bede dig om at sætte dig ned. Tak. On our left-hand side, we have the Danish National Bank, designed by Arne Jacobsen, though he never lived to see the completion of the bank though. On our right-hand side, kayak bar. Whenever it's open, you can rent a kayak here for 2 hours for free, but you agree to collect any trash you find in the harbor as you sail around. På vores venstre side ser vi Danmarks Nationalbank, tegnet af Arne Jacobsen, som desværre aldrig nogensinde færdig. Coming up, please sit down. Thank you. Vi sætter os ned. Der kommer vi på.
A lot of kayaks here. You want to go kayaking here? Yeah, he was right. The bridges are low. You can almost touch it with your hand.
So this building in front of us with the orange tile roof and the Danish-Ukrainian flag outside, that is the Eichel warehouse. It's named after a royal architect from the 1700s, and as we sail past it, you will notice a few differences between this side and the other one. Let's see if you can spot the differences. Nu skal I lægge mærke til, hvad der sker lidt. Den her side af Eichels pakhus, og den side vi ser om et øjeblik, ser ud. Og så skal vi se, om vi kan finde ud af, hvad det er, der mangler. Can you see the differences? There's not exactly, there's some doors missing, right? According to the legends, the king was sitting in his palace up there. He could only see the other side, so he didn't care how this turned out. This building is today used by the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Nu kan I se, hvor forskellige Eichels pakhus ser ud, alt efter hvilken side man selv har. Bekymrede sig ikke om den side, han ikke kunne se, og derfor fik den lov til at få et noget andet udtryk. I dag så er det Udenrigsministeriet, der bruger lokalerne, og hvis I kan huske coronapressemøderne, så fandt de sted i dag.
You want to go electric, that's the tour you want to go.
On our left-hand side, we have what used to be a customs office. Here you would declare any toll for entering the Copenhagen harbor. Later it was turned into a ferry terminal connecting Denmark and Sweden, but now we have a bridge that connects our two countries, so we didn't need that anymore. This closed down, and today it has been turned into a private step. Over venstre side, den tyrkiske bygning, I kan se, den startede som et toldkontor. In front of us, we have the kissing bridge. So if you sit next to someone special, you can give each other a kiss as we sail under this. You just need consent first. That's how we do things here in Copenhagen. Har man styr på det med samtykken, så kan man lige give sin sidemand eller dame et lille kys her under kyssebroen. Dug out 350 years ago, so that the king had a passage going to the King's New Square down here at the end.
This is where I stay.
It used to be a rather dark and scary place with a lot of drunken sailors, but today it invites people from all over the world. Nyhavn har I helt sikkert befundet jer i på et tidspunkt. Hvis I bor her i København, det er nemlig et meget populært område.
I think it's a good location.
On our left-hand side, we have the Royal Playhouse, which opened in February 2008. First production to be staged here was Hamlet, the famous tragedy by William Shakespeare. A story that originally takes place at the Kronborg Castle, 50 kilometers north of here, just follow the coastline. Skuespilhuset ser vi herinde til venstre, som åbnede i 2008 februar, med en opsætning af Hamlet, Shakespeares tragedie, finder jo som bekendt sted på Rådhusstræde Slot, 50 km nord herfra i Helsingør. So we are now entering an area which is a silent zone, so I have to turn off the microphone for just a few minutes. But before we get to that point, I'm going to introduce this area. It's known as Holmen. It's a city constructed as a place to put away our many wooden ships that otherwise would be a major fire hazard to the city. The Navy has had it for centuries, and for all that time it has been the largest workplace in all of Denmark. The Navy is still active out here, but today you also find all sorts of creative educational facilities.
I see a lot of
Så snart vi sejler under broen her foran os, så befinder vi os i en stille zone, hvilket betyder, at jeg er nødt til at stoppe.
They're doing a lot of development here.
Men inden da, så bliver vi coming up. Please sit down, and I will turn off the microphone for a few minutes. Nu sætter vi os ned, der kommer en bro, og jeg
This
slukker
is the
mikrofonen
quiet
herfra, og
zone,
de næste par minutter.
we have to be quiet. Construction crane again. It's interesting the way they engineer these cranes. It's fascinating. The mechanics, the design. And of course, the usual graffiti. Oh, the truck was honking, was waving to us. Seems like a lot of housing here, apartments, condominiums. Also on this side. This side's more business places. And these are the condominiums here. Or townhouses. Oh, that's why they want us to be quiet. Because people here complain about all the noise these tourist canal cruises make, you know. So they just say, be quiet here, you know. Look at all these boats. They belong to all these condos, you know. It's probably what they use as means of transportation around Copenhagen. Oh, look at that one. It's got a Yamaha outboard. That one has a Honda outboard. That's where we came from. We just made another turn, a left turn this time. This canal is zigzagging. Really reminds me of Amsterdam.
On our left-hand side,
Canal
we have an
cruise.
old torpedo hall used during the Cold War. Today it's apartments, but as you can see, you can still sail right into the building. Før i tiden så var det her en gammel torpedohal. Den var aktiv under den kolde krig. I dag så er det blevet om til lejligheder, men som vi kan se, så er det stadig muligt at sejle ind i bygningen. These small houses on our left-hand side, these are cannon boat sheds. And as the name suggests, this is where we kept our cannon boats. And these were the last line of the Danish naval defense in the early 1800s. Because on two occasions the British attacked Denmark because we were in an alliance with the little-known French guy called Napoleon Bonaparte. And the British did not like that, so they wanted to teach Denmark a lesson once and for all. So pretty much our entire navy, apart from the cannon boats, were destroyed or taken captive. Today these sheds are considered cultural heritage, and as you can see, some of them are used for office facilities. Her til vores venstre side, der ser vi kanonbådsskuer. Og kanonbådene var det sidste, vi havde bådskruerne her internationalt anerkendt kulturarv. Og som I måske kan se, så bliver nogle af dem brugt som kontorlokaler. We're now sailing in the outskirts of Freetown, Christiania, an area that was occupied about 50 years ago by hippies. They took over a former military base and turned it into their own small community, which works a bit different than the rest of Danish society.
This is
But
Christiania.
it still lives on today.
It's a hippie community.
They actually pay rent now. They haven't always, but they've done this for the last 10 years or so. And in many ways, it is kind of charming to have this sort of different, smaller community inside a big city like Copenhagen. They have their own waste disposal system, their own kindergarten, and much, much more. Vi sejler lige nu i udkanten af Christiania, fristaden Christiania, som nærmest ikke behøver nogen eget lille samfund midt i København. Et samfund, der stadigvæk eksisterer den dag i dag, har vokset sig større. Nu betaler de rent faktisk husleje, det har de ikke altid gjort, men det er også et på mange måder selvkørende samfund med egen børnehave, eget affaldshåndteringssystem og meget mere. Alright, in front of us we have a bridge, so we all take our seats, and as soon as we get on the other side, look to the left and you can see the smallest hotel in all of Copenhagen, Way Hotel. Kai Hotel, som vi måske kan se herfra, det er det mindste hotel i hele København. Nu kommer der en bro, så vi sætter os ned. Men så snart vi er på den anden side af broen, så kig over til venstre, så kan I tydeligt se Kai Hotel. So here we have it. Smallest hotel in all of the city.
Oh, the small hotel.
It has one room, but it's big enough to house a small
Only one room, yeah.
Kai Hotel, som vi ser herinde, er
It's called Kai Hotel.
men det er stort nok dele værelse.
K-A-J is Kai Hotel.
Og familie der.
Like a big houseboat. The guy converted the boat into his own mansion. That is interesting. I like this idea. Ooh, there is a Danish warship and a submarine. Right. F352. You can Google that later. That's the military designation, F352. That must mean a frigate, you know, F352. Heritage missile frigate. But it's got a cannon in front, so I think that's a 5-inch cannon. And here on the left side, see more or less Copenhagen or Copenhagen, and we're turning again once again.
On our right hand side we can start to see a building with a large chimney. That is the Copenhagen. This is a waste plant. It turns on a yearly basis around 500,000 tons of waste into heat and electricity.
This recycles waste.
But what is perhaps the most interesting thing about this building is that on top of
got
it
a white
you find
smoke on
a
top.
ski slope. So it's actually possible to ski your way down the hill all year long.
And from a distance I can see some wind turbines, you know, wind farm.
Det er et forbrændingsanlæg, der forbrænder
I
affald.
think those are located on the open sea. Those wind turbines.
Så udmærker det sig ved at have en skibakke på toppen, en kunstigt anlagt skibakke. Vi kan sige, at man
Yes,
faktisk
I
kan
was
cykle
right.
ski i København.
Those are 5-inch guns in front of the
On our right hand
frigate
side, many of
F352.
these boats they today serve as museums for the Navy. One example is the Black Submarine, the seal which used to be active during the Cold War. During the Iraq War.
It's an old Cold War submarine.
But also
It's now on display.
this frigate, it used to be active during the Cold War. But in Denmark, we know it best for an incident in 1982 when a missile was launched. It was a technical error, but it went towards a series of summer houses, destroying many of them. Fortunately, no one was injured, and in Denmark we know this as the Whoops missile incident. Hvis I kigger ind til højre, så kan I se en ubåd, som ubåden den hedder Sælen, og den var oprindeligt aktiv.
We're turning once again
Den
to
er
the
et
right.
museum, der fortæller om flådens historie.
And here
Et andet
you'll
museum
see
for flåden, det er fregatten Flådens Kamp, som vi sejler
the
forbi
warship
på højre side.
up close.
Den var oprindeligt aktiv under den kolde krig, men man husker den nok allerbedst for
Oh, it's now a museum.
Den jævnede en masse
It's no longer active. This is an old warship. Yeah, that word musit, this means
Ahead
museum.
of us is the battery 60s. The cannons outside, they fire
It's
twice a day.
an old Cold War
8 o'clock
frigate.
in the morning, which is sunrise. Quotation marks, it's
Those
8 o'clock
things
no
are
matter what time of year.
Missile.
And they also
Tubes.
fire at sunset, when the sun actually
Could be
sets.
anti-submarine.
In Denmark it's said that if the flag is flying beyond the sunset, you fly the flag of the devil. Battery Sixtus, som vi ser herinde til højre, er oprindeligt fra midten af 1700-tallet, og kanonerne ude foran, de bliver fyret af 2 gange dagligt. Solopgang og solnedgang. Solopgang er faktisk kl. 8 om morgenen, og bagerne til her i aften. Solnedgang og kanontal.
Oh, look at those.
The large
Those
grey building
boats.
here on our right-hand side, that is the B&W shipyard. For decades, it was the largest workplace in all of
Those
Denmark.
are cheap
Today,
houses.
it houses a
Houseboats.
paintball arena and a climbing wall, but it's probably
And
better known
this is the
internationally
shipyard.
for hosting the Eurovision Song Contest right here in Copenhagen in
Not a
2000.
very big shipyard.
Over vores højre side, der ser vi Burmeister Wingskibsværftet, som i årtier var den største
I have to
arbejdsplads
Google that
til lands. I dag der finder man blandt andet paintball arena derinde, men der er sikkert også mange af os, der kan huske, at værftet i 2014 blev scene til det europæiske Melodi Grand Prix her i København. Out here you can actually bungee jump
See some cruise
from
ships
this
here
crane.
parked.
Originally you could do so naked.
This
and
is
you
a
didn't have to
popular
pay
cruise ship
anything,
destination.
But that proved to be a very bad deal
Copenhagen
to
is a
the company
cruise
behind this because a lot of people were willing to jump naked.
So if you're going on a cruise
So
in
they had
Europe,
to remove that
this is one of the stops.
Nowadays you have to wear
Copenhagen.
clothes and you have to pay the fee. Hvis man er en
Which
rigtig
means the Little Mermaid
så
is
kan man
near here.
kan sidde i bungee jump herude til
Around
højre.
that direction, I think.
Det kunne man gerne gøre, spille ravne nøgen, ganske gratis. Men det var der altså så mange, der var villige til at gøre, at firmaet bag, de tager det rigtig mange penge.
There are advantages to
Så det var et tilbud,
doing
man
a
skulle
cruise
tilbage,
and
og i dag så er man
disadvantages
altså
to
nødt til at gå
disadvantages. You're limited with land tours.
You will also always see a lot of cruise ships here in the harbor during the high season. Copenhagen Harbor is a very popular one because the water level out here is so deep that you can actually get very close to the city center, unlike what you see
And
in so
far
many
off in the
other
distance, that's a
harbors
seaplane.
around the world.
Just like the ones you see in Vancouver,
herude tæt på
Canada.
centrum, er så dybt, at mange krydstogtskibe faktisk kommer ud i tæt på centrum. Det ser man ikke så
You
meget.
can probably rent one
Det gør København nok til utroligt populært internationalt.
flyover tour of the Copenhagen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you probably guessed what we're about
this
to
is
see next.
the Little
It's one of the
Mermaid.
most popular
Now I see.
tourist attractions in the city,
The best attraction of the
and a
city.
woman that still attracts quite a
That's why
crowd.
people are taking a
Of course,
picture.
talking about the Little Mermaid,
They
immortalized in
make
the
a
fairy
big
tale
deal
by
out of
Danish.
the Little Mermaid.
She's been sitting here since 1930.
The Little Mermaid.
Vi prøver næsten ikke yderligere introduktion til danskerne blandt jer, men det er selvfølgelig den lille havfrue, vi ser herinde til højre, som har siddet her siden 1960.
Guess there's no escaping the Little Mermaid.
The mermaid has been
even at the
through
bus
quite a
tour
lot
they
in her
showed
many
it.
years out here. She's been decapitated a few times, she's lost her limbs, and she's also been painted over with different political messages. But every time we make sure to clean her and fix her up so she can present herself to the
Hans
entire
Christian
world coming here just to
Andersen's
get a glimpse of her.
fairy tale.
Hun har været igennem en
Little
del,
Mermaid.
lidt af hvert, måske det overhovedet. Hun har mistet hovedet, hvis det er lejligheder, armene og er blevet overmalet med diverse budskaber. Men vi sørger altid for at gøre hende af og fikse hende, sådan så vores bare gæster fra endnu ud af kan
Bye bye. That's a twin engine seaplane there, which means it can probably go
Denmark is of course much
longer
more than
range.
just Copenhagen, and if you feel like seeing the other end of the country, you can actually travel using this water plane to Rådhus, the other end of Denmark. It takes only 45 minutes, and it costs 95 euros, about 700 Danish kroner.
You just said it, 95
For lige
euros.
knap 200 kroner, der
You
kan
can
man
fly
tage til valgflyver
that
til
seaplane.
Rådhus i den ende af landet. Danmark er ikke særlig stort, så det tager kun 3 til.
God, you said it in euros, not their own currency.
Coming up on our right hand side, we can start to see two small houses. These are the royal pavilions, used by the royal family and guests when they want to board their yacht. The guests, they wait in the house with the golden onion on top, and the royal family themselves, they use the house with the crown on top. De kongelige pavilloner ser vi herinde til højre, som kongefamilien og gæster bruger, når de stiger ombord på skibet Dannebro. Gæsterne, de... If there's one Danish company you guys might know, it might just be Maersk. It's one of the largest shipping companies in the world, and their headquarters are right in here. Og herinde til højre, der ser vi Mærsks hovedkvarter. Et af Danmarks største firmaer, og et af de største rederier globalt.
It's a world famous shipping company, shipping containers.
Coming up on our right hand side, we can see 3 warehouses dating back to the 1700s and the time when Denmark was a colonial power. The first one here with the statue outside is today used by the Royal Cast Collection, but originally this is where they stored goods for home from the Danish West Indies. Det første af 3 pakhuse hen på højre side, der har vi i dag en kongelig afstøbningssamling, og oprindeligt så var det der, man opbevarede handelsvarer fra hjemme af de danske vestindiske byer. The second one here was where they stored goods from Greenland, and finally the one at the end was where they brought home goods from what was then called the Gold Coast, and it mostly comprises of modern day Ghana. Handelsvarer var gennem fra Grønland, der opbevarer man i de gule pakhus her i midten, og så det sidste her, der opbevarer man handelsvarer på det, der i dag til værket til Ghana, men dengang med navnet Udbyst. On our right hand side, we see the royal mansions, the Borg and Malmborg palaces. The crown prince and his family live in the mansion with 4 chimneys on top. Her Majesty the Queen lives in the mansion with 5 chimneys on top. Neither one is home, and we can tell because the flags are not up. Som I måske kan forstå på manglende flag, så er kongefamilien ikke hjemme. PT
Royal Mansions.
Regenbogpalæerne. Prins Frederik med familie i palæet med 4 skorstene, og hendes majestæt dronningen i palæet med 5 skorstene. What we can see, however, is the Frederiksholms Church, also known as the Marble Church, hidden just behind the mansions. It took 145 years to finish the church, and it never ended up as big as originally intended. Desværre nåede Marmorkirken og Frederiksskirken herinde på vores højre side aldrig blive så stor, som det oprindeligt var planen. Det var simpelthen penge til statskassen, og det tog os 105. In 2005, it was a donation. It was the result of a donation to the city by the AP Møller Mærsk Foundation. And in the foyer, you can enjoy the beautiful chandeliers by Danish Icelandic artist Olafur Eliasson. I kan måske lige ane Ole Forældre sådan smukke lysekroner inde i Oberhuset, som er dem, og det er selvfølgelig AP eller Hersker, der er ting for coming up these short sort of pyramid-shaped buildings on our left-hand side. These are going to be some of the most expensive apartments in not just Copenhagen, but all of Denmark. They should open by 2025, and they're located on an island we usually call Paper Island, because this is where we used to store paper.
These are one of the most expensive apartments in Copenhagen.
Inden til millioner kroner. Til gengæld for den lille pris, så har man en perfekt udsigt ud over havnen, ud over byens mest populære områder. Øen her, den er i daglig tale kendt som Papirøen, og det tilnavn stammer fra dengang, hvor man havde papirlager herude. Papir, som blev brugt til nyhedsaviser og magasiner. So ladies and gentlemen, we are not far from entering the second silent zone of the day. This one is a bit longer, it's going to be about 10 minutes. But before we enter that area, I'm going to introduce it. Nu sejler vi ind i dagens anden stillezone, den er noget længere, og jeg skal nok introducere det lidt også. We're about to enter Christians Harbour. Christians Harbour was built during the reign of King Christian IV, the guy who also built the Old Stock Exchange, the Round Tower, the Rosenborg Palace, and many more famous buildings, especially here in Copenhagen. The reason he had Christians Harbour built was to have Dutch merchants move to Copenhagen. You will also see that the canal looks a lot like Amsterdam. But the Dutch never settled. Instead, it proved popular with locals and still is to this day. On one side, you get the beautiful canal and historic buildings. On the other side, Freetown Christiania is literally just around the corner. Nu sejler vi i Christiansborgs Kanal. Christianshavn blev etableret under kong Christian IV, som jo byggede så meget andet her i byen, blandt andet Rådhusstræde, børsen, som vi så tidligere. Formålet med at bygge Christianshavn var oprindeligt at få hollandske handelsdrivende til byen. De kom bare aldrig rigtigt. Det er ikke noget tilfælde, at området ligner Amsterdam så meget. Men de kom altså aldrig rigtigt. De her hollændere var i stedet for det lokale, der bosatte sig her. I midlertid så har Christianshavn jo vist sig at være en kæmpe stor succes. Det er det stadigvæk i dag, hvor det er et af de mest populære områder i byen. Og det kan man godt forstå, når man sejler gennem den smukke kanal, især om et øjeblik. Der er også en kirke, Frelserkirke, som vi kommer til at se undervejs. Men for nu så slukker jeg mikrofonen, og jeg skal sit down. And from this moment on, I will turn off the microphone for a while. Thank you.
This is the quiet zone again. So, please observe a moment of silence.
the pyramid shaped ones I was talking about, the cheapest ones are gonna go for 7-8 Danish kroner, and the most expensive one in all of the country was sold recently for 70 million Danish kroner. Why not?
Yeah. Quite expensive housing here.
All is good.
Yes. Seating arrangement. When on a tour, always be smart about where you sit.
Så kommer der en bro, vi sætter os ned, og så snart vi er på den anden side, kan I se vor Frelser Kirke oppe til venstre. We have a bridge in front of us, please sit down. And when we are on the other side, look to the left and you can see the Church of Our Savior.
We stopped. But the guy stopped abruptly. Let's still move forward a bit. Church of Our Savior. Oh, there it is. The one with the spiraling staircase. That is beautiful. And again, if you don't know where you are in the world, this really looks just like Amsterdam. Except the buildings are multicolored, you know.
Så har vi endnu en bro, det er en af de lave.
Another low bridge here. Let me try to touch it with my hand. Oh, this is lower. I can touch it with my hand. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot of germs. Try not to touch it too much. You don't want to get caught with. Even if though I'm short, I can still touch it with my hands. No, these people are relaxing and eating here. Oh, that's a good, it's a food truck here, Argentinian. Canal. That's what I like about this place. The houses kind of look like it came from a fairy tale, you know. is Christian Andersen. Amsterdam is different, so I cannot criticize Amsterdam so much. Notice how the Danish language is. Yeah, you can see that now. The canal cruise is almost over. So. Apartments here. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Container ship housing. So they converted the container ships into housing. They added a window, whatever. I'm sure it's very functional. It's a cheap way of housing, you know. It would not be that expensive to live there. It's a big mansion. You can just live in a small room with a combination kitchen, bedroom, whatever. You know, it's simple. You don't need luxury, you know. Luxury is overrated. Oh, look at this. This bridge looks interesting. It looks like a ship, you know. Well, actually more like a Christmas tree with strings, you know. Round design, round trees, Christmas trees.
Så kommer der mor, og vi sætter afsted. We have a bridge. Please sit down. Thank you.
Yes, to say that every time we pass a bridge. And the captain always looks back, make sure nobody's standing up. He will be liable if somebody gets hurt.
In front of us, we have the Royal Library, nicknamed the Black Diamond.
Oh, this is the Black Diamond. The
It's not an
Royal
old building,
Library.
it's from 1999. But as we sailed past it, we can see the original library from 1898, just a few seconds. Foran os, der ser vi det kongelige bibliotek med tilnavnet Den Sorte Diamant. En bygning, der kun er fra
The old
1999,
one is beside it. I
men
think
lige
I
om
pointed to the old one
så kan I se det
over
oprindelige kongelige bibliotek fra
there.
1898.
And Blocks building is a design building, I think. From yesterday's hop on hop off bus description. This must be the old library here. And that's the Black Diamond, the building.
In front of us, this building here is
Libraries are
inspired
obsolete
partially
now.
by Legos and
We have the
partially
internet,
by
so there's no
ship
need for a
containers.
library.
It's known as blocks, and it's meant to provide this area with a bit more light.
This is
There's a
made
lot
out
of different
shipping
things to do in there.
containers.
There's a fitness gym, there's a playground for the
Blocks.
kids, and there's also the Danish Architecture Center. This year, Copenhagen is the international capital of architecture, so if that's your thing, give this place a visit. Herinde der ser vi Dansk Arkitekturcenter,
Design
jo, der er
building.
kommet international arkitekturhovedstad, så det kan man med fordel besøge.
Design
Og så er der også meget andet, man kan
Danish
opleve
Architecture
herinde i
Center.
Bloks. In front of us, we have a canal with a lot of bridges, starting with this one. It's very low. Please sit down and please mind your heads. Vi sætter os ned, fordi nu kommer den første af mange broer i kanalen. Det her er en rigtig lav en, så pas godt på hovedet.
These are nice graffitis actually. Whoever did it did a very good job artistically. What's on the other side too? These bridges are composed of steel girders. I can see that. These are steel girders.
Please stay seated. We have another bridge coming up. Der kommer endnu en bro, så der er ikke nogen grund til at rejse os. On our right-hand side is the brew house built by King Christian IV. This dates back to a time when water quality was so bad that everyone had to drink beer, including the children. But the beer wasn't nearly as strong as what we drink today. Otherwise, had people been drunk all the time, that would have provided us the perfect excuse for losing so many wars against Sweden during this time period. På vores højre side, der vi lige sejlet forbi Christian IV's bryghus, som blev bygget i en tid, hvor vandet var så ringe kvalitet her i byen og i resten af landet, at man var nødt til at drikke øl for at overleve. Det galt også børn. Men den øl indeholdt meget lave procenter, så det var...
See, that's the name. Copenhagen. Not Copenhagen. I wonder what this building is. Oops, Kohl.
Der kommer en bro, og vi sætter os ned. We have a bridge in front of us. Please sit down. Thank you.
He doesn't explain everything. He misses a few buildings here. So he doesn't do a very good job explaining everything. All these kids are trying to reach the bridge.
Ahead of us we have the Marble Bridge, which is the only remaining part of the royal palace that burned down in 1794. This and the entrance to the riding grounds. Marmorbroen foran os, den overlevede branden i 1794 og ødelagde det første Christiansborg Slot. Det samme gjorde indgangspartiet til de kongelige ridebaner. Vi sætter os ned, der er det naturligvis en bro. Please sit down, we have a bridge in front of us. Thank you. On our left-hand side, the National Museum and Tivoli Gardens, one of
National
the oldest
Museum or
amusement parks
National
in the
Musit.
world, is just around the corner.
They call it Musit.
Tivoli ligger kun et stenkast herfra. Endnu tættere på, der finder vi Nationalmuseet,
for
nemlig
museum is
til
Musit.
venstre. In front of us, we have a bridge that is not just low, but also very narrow. So please keep your arms, legs, and everything in between inside the boat. Otherwise, you risk hurting yourself here. Her der er det meget vigtigt, at I holder arme, ben og alt det imellem inde i båden, mens vi sejler under, fordi den er nemlig både lav og smal. Bridge incoming, please sit down, keep arms inside the boat, thank you. Vi holder arme inde i båden, og vi sætter afsted. Tak.
This is a very narrow bridge here. You barely fit. This captain is very good. He was able to tightly squeeze his boat in. We're touching the... Actually, we are touching the sides already. Oh shit. He's gonna have to make a turn here. That's why he stayed on the left. So when he turns, he doesn't hit the right side. He's good. He's an expert in this. Almost done. I see the oldest part.
All right, let's give the captain a huge round of applause, shall we? Skal vi ikke lige give ham en hånd? On our right-hand side, we have Castle Island. This has been the center of Danish political power for the last 1,000 years. Today you find the Christiansborg Palace up here. That is where the Danish
can feel the
Parliament
rain
resides.
drops already.
It's a large
So I
building
better stop recording,
palace
yeah.
we saw
Okay,
when the boat
stop
took off.
recording.
For cirka 1000 år siden, der anlagde Absalon den første borg heroppe på Slotsholmen og startede den tradition.
This is
Her
the
kan vi se
fish
heroppe på Højbro Plads,
area,
herinde til venstre, Gamle Strand,
Old fish
hvor
market.
folk har fanget og solgt fisk i underviser. In front of us is a bridge, so we sit down. Thank you. Vi sætter os endnu en gang ned. Der er kongeren.
That drop of rain was just also I'm afraid because last year my phone got wet and it destroyed the phone, so this phone I'm using is a brand new phone. It's Galaxy Fold, so I don't want my phone
Ladies
to
and
get wet
gentlemen, we are
again.
now back where we started, which means the tour is over.
Oh,
Please
that's-
sit down until the boat is safely moored. Remember your personal belongings and hold on to your tickets if you want to